You can buy her dinner, fix her problems, plan the dates, send the paragraphs, and somehow she still feels unhappy. She sighs more than she smiles. She points out what's missing, and you start wondering, what's wrong with me that I can't make this woman happy? Tonight, I want to tell you something most men never hear. Her constant unhappiness is not always a reflection of your value as a man. But if you don't understand what's really happening, you'll slowly destroy your confidence trying to fix a problem that was never yours to solve. My name is Adrian, and this is Psychelure, the place where we dissect the psychology behind attraction, breakups, and why modern relationships feel like emotional minefields. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 reasons some women feel permanently unhappy in relationships, and how a man with a strong frame handles it. Let's start with a hard truth. Some people walk into relationships with a storm already inside them. Their baseline isn't peace, it's dissatisfaction, anxiety, or emptiness. Maybe she grew up in chaos. Maybe she's addicted to comparison through social media. Maybe she's been rewarded her whole life for being the dramatic one. Whatever the cause, you meet her at age 25 or 30 and think, if I love her enough, the storm will calm down. But here's the first idea you need burned into your brain. You cannot outlove someone's unresolved emptiness. You can give and give and give, and all that happens is her internal hole gets slightly distracted for a few hours. Then it comes back, and she unconsciously looks around for a reason to explain why she still feels awful. The easiest target is you. So she says, "You don't text enough." Then you text more. Then it becomes, "You don't understand me," so you share more feelings. Then, "You're not romantic enough," so you plan the perfect date. And for a moment, she's smiling. Then the storm returns, and the story changes again. If you don't understand this pattern, you will make a deadly mistake. You turn her emotional state into a performance review of your masculinity. When she's up, you feel worthy. When she's down, you feel like a failure. And that leads to the second reason you never make her happy. You've accepted a job that no man can do. Reason number 2, you've secretly become her emotional employee. Watch what most guys do. She frowns, he panics. She sighs, he asks, "Are you okay? Did I do something wrong?" She's stressed, he cancels his plans, drops everything, and becomes her therapist. At first, she might enjoy this. But over time, something subtle happens in her brain. She stops feeling your frame and starts feeling your fear. You're no longer the man living his life, inviting her along. You're the guy walking on eggshells, constantly checking her face for approval. And women do not feel safe or attracted around a man whose mood is chained to theirs. She can't relax into the relationship because the polarity is gone. You think you're being caring, but what she feels is, this man is scared of my feelings. He'll do anything to keep me from being upset. That doesn't create happiness. It creates resentment and boredom. Let me give you a picture. Imagine 2 versions of you come home to a girlfriend who's clearly in a bad mood. Version 1 walks in, sees her face, and his chest tightens. He thinks, "Oh no, what did I do? I have to fix this." He over-explains where he's been, apologizes for things she didn't even bring up, and dances around her emotions all night. Version 2 walks in, sees her face, and stays grounded. He says, "Hey, you look like you had a rough day. I'm here if you want to talk, but I'm going to shower first and grab some food." He offers presents, but doesn't beg to manage her mood. One version becomes her emotional employee. The other stays a man with his own center. Guess which one she respects more in the long run. Now, let's go deeper. Reason number 3. Some relationships are built on emotional chaos from day one. The texting started intense, the fights were dramatic, the makeups felt like a movie. You thought it was passion, but what your nervous systems learned was love equals turbulence. In that kind of dynamic, calm and steady often feels wrong to her. So the moment things get quiet, her brain looks for a new problem to create the emotional spike it's addicted to. She might pick a fight over something small, bring up something you said weeks ago, or suddenly question the entire relationship out of nowhere. Here's the trap. Instead of recognizing the pattern, you personalize every single wave. You forget that this is just the emotional script she's been running since before you ever met her. And you tell yourself, if I just become even more perfect, she'll finally calm down. But perfection isn't the cure for someone who equates chaos with love. The real question is, can she take responsibility for her own emotions? Or does she need you as a permanent emotional punching bag? I'm not saying all women are like this. There are plenty of women who feel deeply, have bad days, but still own their moods and appreciate the man next to them. I'm talking about the pattern where you've spent months, sometimes years, walking on eggshells around someone who seems constitutionally unhappy. So what does a man with a strong frame actually do? Let me give you a simple 3-part framework. Step 1. Stop playing God with her emotions. Notice how often you scan her face before you decide how you feel. Notice how quickly you abandon your own plans, standards, and boundaries whenever she looks displeased. From today on, your job is not make her happy at all costs. Your job is to show up as a grounded, honest man and share your life with someone who can meet you halfway. That means when she's unhappy, you can care without collapsing. You seem off today. Do you want to talk about it? If she says yes, you listen. If she says no and keeps sulking, you don't chase her around the house begging to fix it. You give space, you stay calm, and you continue living your life in front of her. Step 2. Set a quiet, firm standard. At some point, you have to communicate what kind of emotional climate you're willing to live in. Look, I know life is stressful and I'm here for you, but constant complaining, constant criticism, and constant drama are not the relationship I want. I want a partnership where we both take responsibility for our moods. You're not attacking her, you're describing the environment you choose. Then watch what she does with that information. A woman who is capable of growth will, over time, check herself. She'll catch when she's spiraling and say, "Sorry, I'm taking this out on you." A woman who is committed to her own unhappiness will double down, blame you harder, and play the victim even more. Which leads to step 3. Have the courage to walk away from permanent storms. If months go by, you've stayed grounded, you've communicated clearly, and nothing changes, you are no longer dealing with a phase. You're dealing with her baseline. Staying in that situation doesn't make you a loyal man. It makes you a man who's slowly teaching himself that his peace doesn't matter. And here's the identity shift I want for you. You are not a repairman for broken adults. You are a man with a finite amount of emotional energy, and you get to decide where that energy goes. Your mission, your growth, your health, your close friendships, those things deserve energy. A partner who chronically refuses to own her emotions does not. Imagine this instead. You're with a woman who has bad days, but she doesn't make them your fault by default. She communicates, "I'm in a mood, it's not about you," and actually means it. She appreciates your support, but she doesn't demand that you abandon your whole identity to keep her temporarily satisfied. With that kind of woman, your presence does make her happier, not because you're her emotional slave, but because your solid frame gives her something safe to relax into. That's the difference. It's not that women are always unhappy. It's that some women are at war with themselves, and some men volunteer to stand in front of the bullets. Don't be that man. Be the man who can care deeply without losing himself. The man who says, "I want love, but not at the cost of my sanity." The man who understands, her happiness is her responsibility. Your responsibility is the quality of man you bring to the table. If this hit you a little too close to home, don't just click away and forget it. Look at your current situation and ask, am I trying to fix a person who doesn't want to fix herself? If the answer is yes, you already know what you need to do. You're just scared of doing it. If you want more videos that dissect these quiet psychological traps men fall into, make sure you subscribe to Psychelure. And when you're ready, watch the next video on your screen. I break down what happens in her mind when you finally stop chasing her emotions and walk away in peace. I'll see you there.